What's up guys, it's Danta. Now in today's video I will show you how to get the glory of the Shadowlands Hero Achievement in a fast and easy way. Now completing this achievement will reward you with the Vicious Gorger mount. Although it uses the same skeleton as the gronnling mounts from Draenor, it actually still looks pretty cool. Now before we begin, there are a couple of things that you might want to know. 2 of the achievements can't be soloed, so you will need one more person to help you with those 2 achievements. Secondly, I'd recommend doing these achievements with a character that has a decent item level and some self-healing capabilities. Also, for tracking achievements and seeing if you met the criteria, you might want to download the Achievement Instance Achievement Tracker. Now, if you prefer not to use an add-on, don't worry about it, you can just track these achievements manually too. Now with all of that out of the way, let's jump into the achievements. First up we have Bountiful Harvest. To complete this achievement, you need to click on an item which is located in a corner of the boss room before pulling the boss. Now this will spawn a large mob that you must kill. Whenever you kill it, you want to pull the boss near his corpse, and after a while the boss will cast Final Harvest and consume the corpse. Once the boss has consumed the corpse, you can kill the boss and you will get your achievement. Next up we have Surgeon Supplies. This is another easy achievement. Now there are 2 barrels of spare parts that need to be destroyed during the boss fight. One on the left side of the room and one on the right. You want to start the fight and kite the Stitch Flash creation near one of the barrels. This mob will eventually put an arrow over your head, which means that it's about to hook you. Just position yourself in front of the barrel and make sure that the mob is going to hook the barrel instead. Whenever he hooks the barrel, he will destroy it. Basically do the same thing at the second barrel. And afterward, just finish the encounter by having the Stitch Flash mob hook the boss down from his platform. Then kill the boss and your achievement should pop up. So, for ready for raiding 7, you have to kill the boss without being hit by Comet Storm, Blizzard or a second hit from the Frozen Binds. Basically just zerk down the boss as quickly as possible. Goliath offline is the next achievement that we have to do. To complete this achievement, you need to activate and kill 3 inactive Shattered Devastators during the boss fight. So here is how you do it. You want to start by clearing the boss area before pulling the boss. While clearing trash, you will see 3 inactive Shattered Devastators. You want to pull the boss and slowly damage him while moving him close to one of these inactive Devastators. Don't nuke him. Also, make sure that the boss is not standing in any blue puddles. Now eventually the boss will put a blue arrow over your head and cast Imperial Ordnance. At this point you want to stand on one of the inactive Devastators before this cast goes off. This will leave a blue swirly on the ground. Basically make sure that the boss drops a blue swirly under all 3 inactive Shattered Devastators. Eventually the boss will cast Recharge Anima. This will activate all inactive Devastators that have a blue swirly under them. Now they will be active for 30 seconds, so quickly kill all 3 Devastators and afterwards kill the boss to get your achievement. Then we have ExSPEARiential. So to complete this achievement, you need to throw 5 spears at the boss during the fight. Now here is what you want to do. You want to engage the boss and wait until there are at least 2 to 3 spears up in the air. Then you want to push the boss's health down to around 90 to 80%, which will trigger the next phase. During this phase, you want to jump off the platform to get launched up in the air. This will allow you to pick up the spears. Now classes with healing abilities or skills like Slow Fall or Glide can be very useful to manage falling damage. Oh, and if you are having trouble reaching the spears that are further away, then you just want to wait for the wind to blow in their direction. Now when you've grabbed a spear, throw it at the boss. Just make sure that each spear hits the boss, because sometimes the achievement tracker just won't register a hit, even if the spear hits. So just be absolutely sure that you hit the boss. After throwing 2 to 3 spears, bring the boss back down to the ground, and after that you want to reduce the boss's health to around 25%. This will make her get back up in the air, and all you have to do now is just grab 2 or 3 more spears and throw them at her. Once you are certain that you have thrown 5 spears at the boss, bring her back to the ground and kill her. This should grant you the achievement. Now if you have a hunter or a pet class, you can jump off the platform and throw spears at the boss at any time. If you don't have a pet class and you jump off the platform while she's not flying in the air, she might despawn. Next up we have I Can See My House From Here. So unfortunately this achievement isn't soloable, but It only requires one additional person and it's pretty easy. Now, to complete this achievement, you need to collect 5 orbs within 60 seconds of each other. These orbs are scattered in the air around the dungeon. Here is how to get this achievement in an easy way. So, after killing the last boss, you will see a set of golden wings. When you run through them, you will get launched forward and you will be able to fly around in the dungeon. Now, one person starts by flying to the right and collecting the right orb. After 20 seconds, the other person wants to run through the set of wings and fly towards the middle orb and the orb at the entrance. When the person that's flying to the right orb collects it, he or she should just remove the slow fall buff, which will result in death from falling damage. After dying from falling damage, you should immediately release and head back to Denathrius' platform to fly to the left orb. While going for the left orb, the other person should have collected the orb at the entrance, which gives the other person enough time to collect the left orb. In case you didn't know, the timer resets for each orb, so you don't have to collect all 5 orbs at once. Also, if you are struggling to reach the orbs, you might want to use movement abilities, because that can actually help you out. Once all 5 orbs are collected within 60 seconds of each other, you will both get the achievement. The first achievement in the Theater of Pain is 3 Choose 1. This achievement is quite easy to get. You need to kill each boss last across multiple rounds with the same character. Now, to complete this in the same week, instead of waiting 3 weeks due to the mythic lockout, you can enter the dungeon, kill either Pesseran, Dacia or Sathful last, leave the dungeon and have either a friend or your alt invite you to a party. When you are in the party, you want to re-enter the dungeon and have your friend or alt leave the party. This should reset the dungeon, allowing you to kill another boss last. Now basically repeat this process till you've killed each boss last. This way you will get the achievement in 1 week instead of 3. Now if you don't get a fresh lockout after being invited by the same friend or alt, just get invited by a different friend or alt. Next we have fresh meat. All you have to do here is pull the boss and drag him to the meat located in the corner of the room. After a while he will use tenderize. Once tenderize hits the meat, move to another piece of meat located in a different corner. Wait for him to use tenderize again, and after that just kill the boss to get your achievement. For Royal Rumble, we have to use /challenge and defeat 2 ghostly contenders while fighting the last boss. So first you want to push the boss's health down to around 50%, which will trigger her next phase. Then you want to target a ghostly contender and use /challenge on it. Now, to make targeting them easier, you can use a macro like /tar ghostly. Once you've challenged the contenders, they become hostile and you can kill them. After killing 2 ghostly contenders, you want to kill the boss, and after that you should see your achievement pop up. Now, one of the achievements in Plaguefall, Riding with My Slimes, requires us to kill each boss while being transformed into a Plaguefallen. Now, to become Plaguefallen, you have to stand in the green water, or well, slime, until you have 10 stacks of concentrated plague. This applies a dot that deals percentage-based health damage, so it can hurt quite a bit. Now, I did this achievement simultaneously with the others, but if you find it too difficult to do them together, you might want to consider completing this achievement on an alt after doing the other achievements on your main. The first achievement that we need to do here is called Full Gores Meal. Now, to achieve this, aggro the boss and drag him over an appetizer, entree and dessert. You can use a /target appetizer, entree or dessert macro to locate them. Now after the boss has consumed all of these items, you can kill the boss and you will get your achievement. If you are also aiming for the Riding with My Slimes achievement, then you want to stand in the water or slime until you have 10 stacks of concentrated plague. After that you will get transformed into a Plaguefallen, and at that point you can just nuke down the boss. Next we have going viral. So the first thing that you want to do is clear all the trash without pulling the boss. Once all the trash is dead, pick up the purple vial on the desk and pour it into one of the 4 cauldrons. Doing this will give you a debuff, which prevents you from picking up the vial again for a few seconds. Now before the debuff runs out, you want to spam click on the vial. It will despawn if you are not fast enough. If the vial despawns, just pull the boss, reset it, and the vial should respawn. Now if you manage to pick up the vial again, pour it into another cauldron and basically repeat this process until all 4 cauldrons have the purple vial poured into them. Once all the cauldrons are filled, pull the boss and slowly damage him. The boss will eventually leap away and summon a purple volatile plague slime. Kill the slime, then slowly DPS the boss again. He will leap away again and summon another slime. Just kill it, afterwards kill the boss, and you will see your achievement pop up. Now if you are going for the Riding with My Slimes achievement, make sure that you are transformed into a Plague Fallen while killing the boss. So, if you've killed the first 2 bosses while being Plague Fallen, then to complete the Riding with My Slimes achievement, you need to kill the last 2 bosses while being transformed as well. The 3rd boss can be quite challenging if you lack healing or defensive abilities, because she might stun you while you are standing in the water. To make killing the last boss easier while being Plague Fallen, stand in the green water or slime at the drop point to get the Plague Fallen buff. Then use a movement ability to rush to the last boss. Once all bosses are killed while being Plague Fallen, the achievement will pop up. Alright, so now it's time for picking up the pieces. Now the first thing that you need to do here is kill every shard of Helkias, which are essentially mini bosses. Once all 3 are killed, the main boss will become active. You want to pull the boss, stay in the giant red circle and drag him to the 3 different platforms where the shard of Helkias were located. After dragging the boss to all 3 locations, you can kill the boss and that's how you get your achievement. Next up we have Breaking Bad. To get this achievement we need to make sure that the boss destroys 18 or more imps at the same time. You want to start by pulling the boss. Eventually the boss will summon a couple of imps. You want to stack them up and AoE them down. When the boss casts Shatter, you want to make sure that it doesn't hit the imps. Now after a while another wave of Stone Fiends will spawn. You want to stack them on top of the others and AoE all of them down again. Now for the 3rd wave of Stone Fiends, you want to stack them on top of the others and AoE them down again. At this point you should have 18 imps dead and stacked on top of each other. If you are not sure if you have enough, you could always wait for one more wave. Once all 18 imps are dead and stacked, you want to go and stand on top of them when the boss casts Shatter. This will destroy them all. After 18 imps got destroyed with 1 Shatter, just kill the boss and that's how you get your achievement. For the achievement, nobody puts Denathrius in a corner. We need to make sure that the boss puts 3 statues in 3 separate corners before killing him. So, bring the boss's health down to 10% or lower. Be careful not to kill him. After a while, he will pull a statue to where you are standing. So position yourself in a corner and basically do this until there are 3 statues in 3 different corners. Now if the boss keeps pulling the same statue, just run around the room to get him to pull a different one. Once there are 3 statues in 3 different corners, kill the boss and the achievement should pop up. Now it's time for Residue Evil. So what you have to do here is quite simple. You have to pull the boss and wait in front of one of the prison doors. After some time a fleeting manifestation will spawn. Wait for the manifestation to grow larger and kill it in front of the prison doors. This will leave a puddle on the ground, damaging and killing the prisoners behind the doors. Now the larger the ad becomes, the larger the blood puddle will be. Just keep doing this until all 8 prisoners are killed. Now you might want to have some healing spells because these puddles can hurt like hell. Now once all 8 prisoners are dead, kill the boss and you will get your achievement. So for the next achievement we have to pick up an anima container which is located in the hallway leading up to the last boss. This will give you a buff called Shadow Ball. When you have the anima container, you should make your way through the hallway. Now just slow down your DPS on the boss during this hallway encounter, because if you nuke her, there is a chance that she might bug out. Now, once you are in the boss room, you will see a lantern hanging on the wall to your left. The goal is to be launched towards this lantern by the boss and click on it. Now to do this, you want to reduce the boss's HP to around 60%. This will make her occasionally cast a spell that blows you off the platform. When the boss is channeling that spell, on the right side of the platform, you want to position yourself in front of the lantern and start spam clicking it as you get launched towards it. If you successfully click on the lantern, you will be teleported back to the platform. Now if you don't have a pet, the boss may despawn, but don't worry, she will respawn. The important thing is that clicking on the lantern gives you a buff, Slammed, which you need before killing the boss. So whenever the boss respawns, all you gotta do is just zerk her down to get the achievement. Oh, and if you die, don't worry, the anima canisters will just keep respawning in the hallway. So the last achievement here in Sanguine Depths is called I Only Have Eyes for You. Now after killing the last boss, go back into the room before the last boss. There you will find a red gem inside one of the broken coffins. Click on it and make your way back to the big hallway just after the first boss. After 10 minutes, the red gem will vanish from your inventory, so you will have to do this achievement within 10 minutes. When you are in the hallway, go into the room at the end and look for another red gem. Once you have 2 gems, make your way to the other room in the hallway. Here you will see Duraka. Interact with him and give him the 2 red gems. Doing this will make him hostile. Just kill him and that's basically how you get your achievement. Now it's time for Hooked on Hydroponics, I guess. Now, to complete this achievement, you need to be part of the Night Fae Covenant. Before entering the boss room, you will see a root wall that can only be removed if you are part of the Night Fae. You want to remove the roots, pick up one of the Hydra seeds and bring it to the boss. When you are at the boss, you want to drop the seed on the ground, stand on top of it and pull the boss. After some time, the boss will cast Tears of the Forest. When enough of these hit the seed, it will spawn a overgrown Hydra. Kill the Hydra, then kill the boss and you will get the achievement. Then we have Someone Could Trip on These. This achievement basically requires you to just click on a couple of items in the maze. Now to make it yourself easier, do this after you've killed Mistcaller. That way you don't have to deal with the fog anymore. Next up we have another easy achievement. Hunger for Knowledge. So while making our way to the last boss, we have to pull a Spinemaul Gorger and kite it to the massive cocoon in front of the last boss. Once the Gorger gets close to the cocoon, it will begin consuming it. After casting consumption, the Gorger will gain an enlightened buff. Now if the boss isn't attacking you yet at this point, pull it and then simply kill the enlightened Spinemaul Gorger. After that, kill the boss and that's how you get the achievement. Alright, now it's time for couples therapy. So back in Shadowlands, I got this achievement by nuking down the boss, which I thought was a bug, but it still works in Dragonflight. Now I doubt that this will ever be fixed, but if it does, or you don't want to risk it, here's what you need to do. You have to pull Milhouse Mana Storm and stand close to him. Eventually you will get marked by a laser. If you are close enough, Milhouse will be hit by the laser and get stunned. After he gets hit by the laser, you can bring him down to around 35% HP. At this point, Maleficent will jump in. Stand near her and just wait till you get marked by Shadow Fury. If Shadow Fury hits Maleficent, finish the fight and the achievement will pop up. Thinking With is another easy achievement to get. All you have to do is zoom your camera out as far as possible and pull the boss. After pulling the boss, you will see 5 orbs floating in the air. You want to position yourself under an orb and wait for the boss to throw a displacement trap under you. The trap will launch you into the air, allowing you to collect the orb. Basically keep doing this until you've collected all 5 orbs. After that, you can nuke down the boss and you will get your achievement. Now it's time for the last achievement. So for this achievement you will need one more person, since you need to kill every single boss in the other side, while at least one person is afflicted by corrupted blood. You want to start by killing all of the trash in the dungeon, which isn't necessary, but it can make things go a bit smoother. After that, go to Hakar, pull the boss and stack on top of each other. All you have to do now is wait for him to apply the dot. When afflicted by corrupted blood, it spreads to a nearby person, so stay close to your friend at all times. If corrupted blood expires and you are not close enough, the dot will disappear, which means that you have to reset the entire dungeon. Now once you are both standing close near each other and one of you has the dot, nuke down Hakar and move on to the next boss, Milhouse Mana Storm. Now to speed things up, you can use a 2-seater mount if you have one, since the dot will keep spreading while mounted. When you are at Milhouse Mana Storm, just simply nuke him down while standing on top of each other. After killing Milhouse, exit through the pipe instead of using the teleporter to avoid messing up your run. After that, you want to make your way to Dealer Xayxa. Kill the boss and walk up the ledge instead of clicking on the green orb to teleport back. If you click on the green orb, you will lose the buff. So just be careful. All you have to do now is run to the last boss and make sure that he doesn't enter his next phase by just simply nuking him down. If one of you still has the corrupted blood at the end, then well, congratulations on getting the achievement. Well guys, that's how you get the glory of the Shadowlands Hero Achievement. As you can see, most of these achievements are actually pretty simple to get. Now if Blizzard ever removes Highly Communicable and I can see my house from here, this entire achievement will actually become soloable. Sadly, it just isn't yet. Anyway, if you've completed every achievement, congratulations on your Vicious Gorger mount. Now, I hope that this video was helpful for some of you and that you've liked the video. If you did, and you want to see more content like this, then please consider subscribing. Now with that being said, thanks for watching, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.